Hello everyone, today we're here with Gabby Fomby. She's a junior and an RA, and she's a criminology major and a English and sociology minor. And so yeah, we're talking about what it is to be an RA and stuff. So, hi Gabby, how are you today?
I'm good, how are you, Sophia?
Good. So what made you want to become an RA?
Honestly, my roommate last year, she told me that she was needing to go to move, and I was like, well, I don't really want to live with anyone else, so I was like, I'll also apply to be an RA. But honestly, it's been really good. It's helped me create a lot of connections with people. I've made a lot of new friends. I've learned how to build community and things like that. So my roommate leaving was kind of like the main reason, but then once I kind of went through the interview process and realized kind of what it would be like during the year, I was more and more interested as time went on, and the more that I was doing interviews and stuff.
Nice. So yeah, I mean, what kind of rest hall do you work at? Which one?
I'm in Peacher Hall, and I'm over floors 1, 2, and 3. There's not an RA in 4 and 5 right now, but they just hired new people, so they'll be starting in the spring. But yeah, I'm the only RA in Peacher right now. But,
wow, that's a lot of work. I mean, how is it? How do you like it, Peacher?
It's alright. Some of the residents can be loud sometimes, and I don't think they realize that the walls are paper thin, and so sometimes you can hear them singing and stuff and yelling at the TV, because I've got a lot of athletes on my floor too, so they get rowdy from time to time. But other than that, it's pretty good. I feel like there's the washer and dryer situation where there's only one washer and dryer per floors, and then there's probably 32 people on each floor, because it's a suite style, so 32 people, and then trying to wash, there's bound to be people washing the same day, so it's kind of I don't know.
Yeah, that's a lot of people, I mean, just to deal with, and just different times, and trying to wash stuff, and people they're start taking out probably before, because that happened to me in the dorms.
Yes, that happened to me, and I had to not email.
Well, good, because I try to be doing that.
Exactly.
So what are other things that you do weekly that maybe people don't see, or just more stuff behind the scenes that you do?
I'm definitely planning for my programming, my events and stuff, so we can do, it can be academic based, it can be well-being based. I've done a program that was mocktails, myths, and misconceptions, and I kind of did, made a slideshow about here are some things that you may not know about alcohol and drug use and things like that. And then my event was also making mocktails, and I had 3 different ones, and I had some residents come through and they had a good time. And then we can also do planning for take twos, which is I take you to a basketball game, a volleyball game. So I actually have one tomorrow at take two for the volleyball game. And see other stuff behind the scenes. Planning for the bulletin boards, things like that, making sure that it kind of aligns with the event from now. We have to do one-on-ones with our NC, with the area coordinator. We do those every other week, and we also have to complete weeklies, which is just basically telling, how are we doing, because we know it's a lot, to handle residents and things like that. So just making sure that we're letting, our supervisors and bosses know how we're doing it, and things like that.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely a lot of work. I feel I didn't know a lot of those little things that you do, the one-on-ones and all of that. So how do you balance it between being a student athlete, because she's also on the track and field team here too, just in your personal life? How do you think that just all goes together?
I feel it's just, I'm just kind of going with the flow. I feel I don't know if I necessarily have the schedule down yet, or necessarily a routine, but when I know I have something to do, I'll do it, and then I don't really, I guess, have much of a social life outside of track and stuff, but I have friends in track and field, and then my boyfriend's also an RA, and so I feel help me with things, because I'm a new RA. This is my first year being an RA, and this is his second year, so I feel it's going okay. Sometimes I'm lacking some sleep, but pushing through.
Yeah, it was good. Especially your boyfriend is a senior already. He knows how to help you certain things, especially people being loud, or how to talk to them and stuff. So that's always nice.
Yeah,
just having someone there. So what's your favorite part, or what do you what do you like and don't like? I guess is you maybe already explained it, but
let's see. What do I guess the most thing that I like about it is that kind of get the inside scoop for everybody. I kind of get, the inside scoop. I don't know, it's nice to know things, but then also be you don't know what I know.
I know something you know.
But let's see, another thing that I don't know, even though the bulletin boards take time, I really like how they look when they're done. The ones, a couple that I've done, it was the ones with the alcohol use and drug use. I like how they look. And we also have floor themes. So my theme is movies. So I've done Lion King, Monsters Inc., Minions, like Despicable Me, and then I've done Cinderella. Yeah, so that's fun. I like thinking of, you know, things like that to like go with movies and try and be creative and stuff, but I do use Pinterest sometimes.
Yeah, no, Pinterest definitely helps. And like I saw like the pictures and stuff, and we'll put them up for everyone too. Like the Minions one is really cute. I like that because you put it all yourself, I assume, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's really
painted the overalls and stuff. And my boyfriend was like, "You're putting too much work in." I was like, "I don't care."
But just like I mean, you're putting your time in because I know some RAs may not care as much or whatever. Like in the past, I've seen like maybe that they don't care as much, but like it makes it more fun for like them to walk through the hallways and just see all the fun designs and stuff.
Right.
So,
Yeah. Something that I don't like, I don't know, like I feel like not a lot of people would say this, but like I personally would rather be in Kanu just because I feel like those residents would like appreciate the work that I put into like stuff more. And like I'm not looking for a round of applause, like a pat on the back or anything, but it's like I've got upperclassmen and like a few sophomores here and there, like maybe a freshman here and there. But I don't know, and because everyone's like behind a door, behind another door, since it's like suite style, it's kind of like I don't really get to see them, I don't react with them, and like I've got a friend that's an RA in KU, like with the freshmen, and like I just see how she's able to interact with like her residents, but it's like because she sees them all the time in passing. I don't see my residents a lot in passing, so I'm a yapper, so you know I want to talk, but like I feel like no one else wants to talk with me. So
that's fun.
Like,
that's definitely a hot take. No one living in KU, but you know we went through the trenches in that. So
yeah, we did.
The quads, we both were in a quad there.
We
it's
were in
rough.
a quad. It was but Sophie. So yes. You had the split one. I was in like a quad with like an open space, so we were all in each other's rooms.
Yeah, a little too much. Knew everybody a little bit too much, but you know that's part of the dorm life. So,
right.
So I guess I need like funny stories recently besides like them being loud. I guess it's not really funny, it's just annoying. But so like. So the day of the plane crash, the day of the plane crash, there was also a fire alarm in Petrick. So we were like, okay, so we have to go outside, but then we also have to be inside, you know, because if there's a fire alarm, we have to evacuate the building. But then they had like we had to like stay inside the building because of the hole that they had. So we were like, okay, where do we go? So we went to Miles, and then we then we kind of like stayed there. But turns out it was in my suite. Yeah. So one of my suite mates had, I think she accidentally left a pan on the stove, and so like then like smoke was everywhere, and then public safety came in and opened our windows to like I guess let the bad smoke out, but they were also letting the bad smoke in. It was such a crazy day because it was like it didn't seem real. Like I felt like I was in some sort of like simulation. It just was not a real day. Yeah, I feel like either way you're gonna have smoke. You know, either way. I forgot you guys have like a kitchen in there, so anything about like stoves being left on like in that situation. Yeah. I mean, all the smoke. Yeah, that was a crazy day. Yeah. I felt like I was in a simulation that day.
Oh yeah, you got locked in Palio.
Yeah, I did get locked in Palio, guys. Yeah. So I guess just to travel, like, so how do you become an RA? Just like to let people know how like easy it is or hard, like that way.
So you can apply online. The application is actually open right now for people that want to become an RA next fall. And you just do the interview. You complete like an interview kind of like online, but they can like reject you after that first, like when you submit like your name, you know, why you want to be an RA, things like that. That's just like the first phase. They can like reject you, but they usually don't. It's just kind of like if you've had like prior, I guess like I don't want to say charges. Sorry, that's the criminal justice system. But like you know, if you've had like some like mix-ups and stuff with like res life, or they just don't think that you're a good fit based on the things that you know they see you do or things like that. But so after you submit the first part, then you go on and then it's like 2 in-person interviews. The first day is like a group type thing to see how well you do in group settings and how well you collaborate with other people. And then the second, and that lasts maybe about like an hour and a half, 2 hours. And I remember like in my group, we got like a laptop and we had to create like a presentation on like, we could choose from like community, diversity, different things like that. I can't really remember what my group ended up doing, but just to see like how well you work with other people, if you're able to communicate well. And then we also did kind of like a listing things in order of like what's most important, what would be most important as an RA to like lead those things like, you know, is -5 degrees outside with no heat, like, you know, that's really pretty important. But then there's something like, you know, my roommate is, you know, not talking to me and things like that. That's kind of like the least, based on, you know, that scale. Everything on there was important. But yeah, we did that. And then the second day was individual interviews, one-on-one. It was really like two-on-one. It was like 2 returning RAs at a desk, and then like the person applying for the jobs on the other side, and then they would just kind of like ask questions and write down their answers, and they would be like, how do you foresee yourself, you know, doing in this job? What sort of things can you do? And some of the questions, now that I think about it, were kind of like you have to think of things right off the bat. Like, it was like, what sort of program would you make to fulfill X, Y, and Z sort of like, you know, bullet points, and you just kind of get like think of things quick off the bat. But yeah, and then I think it takes about like 2 weeks for them to like, you know, to get back to you, and yeah, so pretty much.
Nice. Yeah, it's a lot more like I thought went into it. I guess just because I mean you're really watching over a whole hall of people, and it sounds like you have multiple halls too. So there's a lot more work than I really thought. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's like? Is there like a certain email people can email for to like to become one maybe next year? Do you know?
They're actually. I'm supposed to put it. Never mind. I'm supposed to put it in my group chat, but like letting my residents so that they can apply. But there's QR code. They should be around campus actually. You can apply not only for being an RA, but like an SPM, a CCPE, a hall host, and all these things. You kind of like get similar benefits and things like that to being an RA. So yeah, there's multiple positions you can apply for within Res Life, and yeah, there should be QR codes like around campus. Just look for it saying like, it's called the common application, kind of like how you apply for college. Like, yeah, that's what it's called. Yeah, and then you just select like which one to apply for. I think my bosses have said like, even if you want to be an RA, select everything, because you may not get the RA, but you may get the SPM. So yeah.
Nice. You just let everybody know. So that's it for our show today. Well, thank you for joining us, Gabby.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, of course. Bye, guys.
Bye.